Here's how I make salt and pepper tofu that's crunchy, juicy and addictively seasoned. Get yourself a nice block of medium firm tofu and cut it into bite-sized cubes. Generously salt a pot of boiling water and chuck in the tofu to soak. Finely grind black and white peppercorns along with red and green citron peppercorns. To that add sand ginger as well as MSG and mix together. Slice the white parts of spring onions into rings and finely dice some moderately spicy chilies or red peppers if you prefer. Place that aside and into a separate container smash and finely chop up some garlic. By now the tofu will have firmed up and should be well seasoned. Remove from the salt water and dry it off as thoroughly as you possibly can. Give it a first round of seasoning with your pepper mix. Spread cornstarch onto a tray and start coating the cooled blocks of tofu. Make sure the coating is as even as possible and try to avoid larger lumps. Leave that to sit while heating oil in a pot to 200 degrees Celsius. Work in batches to fry off the tofu. Avoid overcrowding the pot and move it around as it cooks. It shouldn't take longer than 2 minutes to become crispy in order to retain a nice and juicy center. Once the tofu is fried off, place a wok or pan over medium-high heat. Add a splash of oil and go in with the garlic. Fry that off briefly before going in with the chilies and spring onions. Leave them to soften for a minute or so before chucking in the fried tofu. Season with some sugar, salt as well as your seasoning powder. Toss it through very briefly to retain the crunch before plating up. Garnish the salt and pepper tofu with chopped coriander stems and the spring onion greens. The textures and flavors in this dish are super satisfying and it pairs beautifully with steamed white rice.